All right, welcome and thank you for tuning in to today's video. I'm really excited because I finally got the MPC Keys 37 out of the box. I've mentioned this many times that the Keys 37, my MPC Live Mark II is my favorite MPC right now, but the Keys 37 is right next to it. It's so awesome to use, and I have not been able to use it for the past few months because I recently moved out and I just purchased a brand new desk. This desk that I'm using is from FlexSpot. Unfortunately, the first one that I got, it was a little too small for what I was trying to do. I have my MPC, I got some pieces of hardware, my speakers, my computer. It was just way too small. So luckily I was able to exchange just the wooden top piece for a bigger piece, which I did not have to get a brand new desk. I just exchanged the top piece from FlexSpot and they sent over, this is a 70-inch top wooden panel. And with this 70-inch right here, I am more than comfortable to put my MPC Keys 37, my SP404, my speakers, my interface, some other pieces of hardware, which is awesome. And the best part about this FlexSpot desk is that if you want to work standing up, you can adjust it. If you want to sit down, you could bring it back down to your preferred size for whatever your seat is. And also, it's so easy to put this desk together. I did it in a few minutes and I am not a handy person. So this is awesome if you are trying to pick up a studio desk, if you want to have something very simple, nothing too complicated, check this Flexi desk out. I'll leave a link down in the description if you want more information on this. All right, so for today's video, I have the MPC Keys 37 and my record player right behind me. And also, if you'll notice, right behind the MPC, I have a new pack of drums from King Music. Man, I'm actually excited to go through some of these sounds. This is what I say. Whenever I have a new packet of drum shots or sounds, I feel like I have a brand new MPC because it's just new sounds that I get to play with and incorporate into my music. It's kicking me off. I don't know what's going on, but I like the sound. The sound is what I really like. All right, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to my editor and let's look for a loop right here. 3, 4. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there, right there. Oh, hit process, hit do it, and now I have 8 beats that I counted. 1 bar of just bass and drums, which is why I wanted to sample this, and then another bar of those strong horns just coming in. I'm gonna go from trim to chop, and since I know how many beats are in this loop, I'm gonna go to regions and just select 8 regions right here. Let's go ahead and leave it right there. I'm not going to convert this into its own new program. I want the MPC to give me some probability, some chops on its own. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my main page on this track number 1, which is going to be our samples track. I'm going to jump into the program editor, go to samples, and I want to look for that sample that we just brought in, which is right there. Right here where it says slices, I'm going to go to slice number 1, and right next to slice number 1, you're going to notice the little play button starts right here. So right here, I'm going to go to increments, random. I'm going to leave it at random. What's going to do is going to randomize those 8 slices that we just chopped up in the sample edit page. So every time I hit pad 1, it's going to randomize which pad is going to trigger. Yeah. This is cool because, again, when it comes down to jazz, for me, is honestly one of my hardest genres of music to chop up. But having something like this, I don't know what I'm going to come up with. This is going to push me out of my comfort zone. It's going to sound completely different from what I'm used to chopping up, the style that I chop up. This kind of kicks me out of that zone and it introduces me to a whole new environment. But before I record that, I want to know what tempo this is going to be playing at. 95 beats per minute. Let's go ahead and record that on the grid. Let's go ahead and record that with no repeat. Woo. Let it play right there. Create a brand new track. Right here, let's go into some of these drums and start digging for samples. This modern folder is awesome, man. This right here has some really good kicks and snares. Dude, these all sound good. Oh. Oh, I gotta stop this. I can keep going without stopping the music, but one thing I just want to mention is when it comes down to selecting which kick, which snare, which hi-hat I'm going to choose, if I already have the sample on the grid, I have something to reference, I have something to play back. As I jump in through this folder right here, I can audition different sample shots. There is no sample that is better than the other. It's just which drum shot is going to sound right for the sample that I'm working with. So I noticed some of these kicks right here, like this kick right here is nice and punchy, but it kind of has this tambourine sound in the back that it almost adds a bit of saturation. It just kind of punches right through the bass and percussive elements that are already inside of that sample. There's some kicks that you're gonna be like, man, this sounds awesome. But when you put it with your sample, it just gets buried and you're just like, where'd that kick go? Or why can't I hear it anymore? Well, because I'm auditioning and I'm trying to mix as I'm choosing which samples I'm going to select for this track that I'm working with. I'm gonna go ahead and start recording this on the grid. I'm really liking this kick right here. I'm gonna go to this kick on its own. I'm gonna go to dynamics, add mother ducker input on that kick by itself. And then I'm gonna go to that sample track, and on the entire sample track program, I'm gonna add mother ducker. Let's go ahead and record that on the grid. This hat, let's put this hat in 16 level velocity and record that right here. As a matter of fact, let's turn off TC and just freestyle that one. I didn't like these performances right here. I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna select this section right here, copy and paste it right here. All right, so this is completely different from anything that I would do. What's pretty cool about this, that even the tempo, I'm at 95 beats per minute. I'm usually always in the 70s. Sometimes I'll max out at 80 BPM. There's not a right or wrong way of doing it. It's just what I always gravitate towards. It's good to just approach your process from a whole different angle, whether it's your sample selection. Like for me, this is something that I would probably not choose to sample, but it's something that I'm putting into my MPC and using a combination of some of the tools on the MPC and just my creativity to see what type of groove I come up with. What I could even do, go back to that sample track on Bank B, open up my sample edit or my sampler and go to pad tap and keep digging in that record. Maybe we can find different sections right there that we can incorporate every now and then to our sequence. All right, this is where it's gonna get kind of crazy. All right, so we have this sample track. I don't know what chaos is going on right here. Oh, all right. So what I'm gonna do, this button right here, they just added this in 3.0. It's just, I mean, you could do this in 2.0 already, but it's just a few extra steps. I'm feeling it right now. I'm in the groove. I want to duplicate this. I'm gonna just hit that button and it just duplicated that entire track with the program. And in this duplicate version, I can add something like, let's say a filter. Let's go to Air Flavor. I don't have Air Flavor Pro in this Keys 37. It's all good. Let's just go to Air Flavor. High pass filter. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're gonna go into our arranger. Look, this is what's happening right now. I'm pretty messy. I always say this right now. I'm just bubbling inside of my brain, and I don't know where is what or what is what. So this is where the power of this arranger comes in. I have a cool loop right here. But how do I break this apart from it being too repetitive? What I can do right here in this arranger page, go to edit. I'm going to double length this. So now, as a matter of fact, I'll double length it again. So it's just a very long loop. So there's a lot of repetition. This is just going over and over and over. So what I'm gonna do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, right there. I'm gonna just loop this section and I'm gonna add this section right here. Let's go ahead and open up those drums. This is why I like this arranger page right here, because now that I have these drums open, just in that section, I could select these drums and I know exactly where I'm at and just cut this out of the sequence right here. Oh man, let's hear that. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4. That's so cool. And right here on the, I'm gonna add a delay only on that pad right there. So I'll go right here. Let's go to delays, air delay. Go to 50% mix. Give it some feedback. The time. Woo! All right, let's hear how this sounds. Man, that is awesome. Guys, I'm having a good time. I did not expect for this to turn out like this. Now, that's what I mean that approaching, if you're kind of getting bored, well, not bored. I don't necessarily feel bored of the style of music that I'm sampling. I love it. I can chop Spanish records all day long, but just jazz for me is just chaotic. It's crazy. I don't know where's the start. I don't know where's the finish. I don't know where's my selections, but just throw it into your MPC and create a bunch of unknown loops or unknown chops. My sequence, my tempo, it's fast. The MPC keys, you'll probably see me and you're like, why do you want the keys if you're not going to use the keys? This is why I love the MPC keys. I might use a plug-in instrument track and start adding some keys on top of this. I might not. I mean, I already like how the bass sounds in this sample. If I am going to trigger some keys on top, I like having this accessible already, ready to go if that's the direction that we're gonna take it. Now, if I wanna add an intro right away from right here, I can go to edit and I will insert bars. I'm gonna insert, let's say, how many bars do I want my intro? I'll say 1 bar, go right before the first bar, hit do it, and now I have a section right here or a bar that I can mess around and just have some type of intro to this. Right here, boom. What I could even do, go back to those drums and add some type of, again, I'll add a kick right there. I will loop just that first bar, open this up, look at this kick that I have, and I could even nudge it, don't snap, the ending of this, probably even the automation, bring it down just a bit. Ooh. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off right here. I had a blast doing this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me as I put this together. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch y'all on our next video. Peace.